Hello everyone, I am Trupti Pandya and today I will be teaching you Element of Account Standard 11 Part 2 Chapter 6 Convention, Assumption, Concept and Principle of Accounting. In previous lecture, we already completed two principles. Now today, let us start third principle. It is Accrual Concept. This concept is relevant in the area of revenue and cost. Revenue or cost are accrued, as example, recognized as they are earned or incurred, and not only when cash is received or paid. When revenue means when cash received or paid, at that time they earned or incurred, and not only when cash is received or paid. Also, the revenue and cost will be recorded in the period of which they relate. This concept implies that the revenue should be recognized and recorded in accounting as and when it is earned or it occurs irrespective of the time or period of receipt. Similarly, expenses should be recognized and recorded in accounting as and when it is incurred irrespective of the period of payment thereof. There are two systems of accounting, cash basis and accrual basis. In cash basis, the revenue is recognized only when cash is received and expenses or costs are recognized only when cash is actually paid. Only some professional like doctor, lawyer and chartered accountants follow cash system of accounting. For companies, it is mandatory to follow accrual system of accounting. Most of the enterprises follow accrual system in which revenue or cost are recognized as they are earned or incurred irrespective of whether cash is received or not. The cash system is discussed here only for academic interest and for better understanding of the concept of accrual. In absence of any contrary information, it may be assumed that the accounts are maintained by accrual system. The concept of accrual of a revenue is similar to concept of realization of a revenue or a revenue recognition. It guides about the point in time when revenue should be recognized or when revenue should be treated as realized. However, accrual concept deals with accrual if not only revenue but also that of cost. The following illustrations and discussions will help in understanding this concept. First one, when goods are sold on credit to a customer, the revenue should be recognized in accounting when such goods are sold, even though cash is not yet received for cash sale. Because the logic in recognizing revenue in this case is that the person to whom the goods are sold has legally become liable to pay the value of goods as agreed, and hence this money will come at a future date. The amount that will recognized as a revenue is reasonably certain to be realized. Therefore, the revenue from this sale of goods will be recognized as and when the event of a sale of goods has occurred. Thus, accrual concept requires treating revenue as accrued when goods are sold irrespective of the period when cash is received. Second one, salary payable for March 2016 will be treated as an expense for the month of March 2016, even if it is paid in April 2016. Because the benefit of a service of an employee is taken in the month of March. Based on accrual concept, since the salary expense is incurred for March 2016, it will be recorded in the period to which it related. Third, even though cash is received, advance received against the sale of goods is not recorded as a sale until the goods are supplied against the advance. This is because of an accrual concept according to which revenue should be recognized and recorded in accounting as and when it is earned or it occurs irrespective of a fact whether cash is received or not. Even if an advance is received as the goods are not supplied against this advance, revenue cannot be said to occur. Hence, based on accrual concept, revenue will not be recognized when the advance is received because the goods are yet to be supplied. So when advance received is that advance amount received at that time when goods supply, then only this transaction is complete, and when transaction complete, then only we recognize it as a revenue. The International Accounting Standard Committee IASC and the Institute of a Chartered Accountant of India ICAI treated following three concepts as the fundamental accounting assumption. First is going concern, second is consistency, and third is accrual. Now fourth, accounting entity concept. This concept is also referred to as a business entity concept or a separate entity concept by some authors. According to this concept, it is assumed that for the purpose of accounting, the entity is treated as having separate existence and is different from that of its owner. Only when the transactions between owners and business entity are recorded, treating them as two separate entities, the true picture of the firm or entity will be available. For example, Renuka Rajdev is a proprietor of Messrs Ahmedabad Corporation. In this case, though Renuka Rajdev is the sole owner of Messrs Ahmedabad Corporation, she will be treated as an entity separate from that of Messrs Ahmedabad Corporation for the purpose of accounting. Accordingly, if she withdraw any money or goods from business entity, Messrs Ahmedabad Corporation, the business entity will debit the amount thereof to her drawing account. In the same manner, if she brings some capital in the business entity, the business entity will credit her capital account. This concept can also be extended to accounting separately for various divisions or branches of a firm or a company in order to ascertain the result of each division separately. If owner brings capital in the business unit, then it is credited, and if owner withdraws some goods or amount cash from the business unit, then it is debited. This concept is here. Due to this concept, only some branches are preparing its own accounts independently. Based on this concept, accounting is done for only those transactions and events which affect the business. Personal transactions of owners which are not affecting business at all are not recorded in the books of accounts of a business. Each entity is considered as a separate entity from its owners, even if such an entity have a common owners. Treating each entity as a separate accounts are maintained for each entity separately. For example, Naveen Khandelwal is a proprietor of Messrs Khandelwal Associated and is also proprietor of another firm, Messrs Naveen Associates. In this case, all these entities versus Naveen Khandelwal Associates and Naveen Associates will be treated as a separate entities for the purpose of accounting. Due to separate entity concept or accounting entity concept, owner's capital is shown in the liability side of the balance sheet of a business entity. Form of business organizations may comprise of a proprietorship firm, partnership firm, company, society, or any other legal entity. In case of a proprietorship firm, the accounting entity concept differs from legal concept. According to accounting entity concept, owner and business are treated as two separate entities. We know that when owner started their business at that time, owner and their business unit both are separate entities are there. However, law does not distinguish between a proprietary firm and its proprietor. Legally, since the liability of proprietorship firm or proprietary concern is unlimited, personal asset of a proprietor can be attached for payment of business liabilities, and business assets could be used for discharging personal liabilities. In partnership firm, other than limited liability partnership LLP, because of unlimited liability of partners, net personal asset after discharging personal debts can be applied for paying of liability of the partnership firm. Similarly, asset remaining in partnership firm after paying of firm's liability can be applied for discharging personal liability of partners to the extent of their share. Legally, a company has a status of an artificial person distinct from its owner or shareholders. Once shareholder pay full amount of capital subscribed by them, they are not liable to contribute any additional amount for a company's liability. Thus, a separate entity of owners from business entity can be easily understood in case of a company form of an organization. When owner is considered as an entity separate from the business entity, it helps in preparation of accounts and knowing the result of the business. Based on this concept, only one can know whether business resources are used efficiently or not. When owner is treated as an entity separate from that of the business enterprise, the owner shall have their claim on the assets of the business entity. Balance sheet also suggests this. For example, if Renuka Rajadev has introduced capital 1 lakh rupees in her proprietary firm, Messrs. Ahmedabad Corporation, she has claim to that extent on the assets of Mr. Ahmedabad Corporation. Let us understand this with the help of illustration of a balance sheet based on imaginary number. Imaginary number we have to keep here. Balance sheet of Messrs. Ahmedabad Corporation. Renuka Rajadev capital 1 lakh, creditor 2 lakh. Total 3 lakh, fixed asset 75,000 and current asset 2 lakh 25,000. So total both the sides is 3 lakh. It can be seen from the above balance sheet that the owner's capital is also shown in liability side like any other creditors. The above information can also be presented in the form of an accounting equation. Capital 1 lakh plus outside liability 2 lakh, total asset 3 lakh. Capital plus liability is equal to total asset. Here also total asset 3 lakh. C plus L is equal to A in short. This fundamental accounting equation also suggests that the owner is an entity different from the business. The following are some of the practices or illustrations based on this concept. First, when college fee of a son of a proprietor is paid from business entity, the drawing account of a proprietor is debited with such amount. This statement is based on accounting entity concept, as though proprietor is the sole owner of the business enterprise. For the purpose of accounting, owner and business are treated as two separate entities. Hence, its proprietor withdraws some money from business for personal use. The business will debit such amount to proprietor's drawing account. Second one, when partner of a partnership firm introduces his capital into other firm, the partnership firm will credit this amount to partner's capital. This is because the partner and partnership firm are two separate entities for the purpose of accounting based on accounting entity concept. Third one, partnership firm gives interest on partner's capital and charges interest on partner's drawing depending upon the agreement. This is based on accounting entity concept that treats partners and partnership firm as two separate entities for the purpose of accounting. Fourth one, independent branch prepare its own trial balance separately because of accounting entity concept, as it is a separate entity for the purpose of accounting. Fifth one, money measurement concept. In business, all transactions are represented in monetary unit. For accounting, money is accepted as a common measurement unit. Economic worth of assets and liability is also